Stephen Jones joins you now here on 105.3 The Fan. And a good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Good afternoon, guys. Sorry for the delay.
Oh, no worries at all. We're having a good time. Obviously, yesterday's news was, took the wind out of our sails a little bit. How are you doing here over 24 hours removed from that Trevon Diggs news? Are we going to be all right?
Well, I think that's hard on everybody. I mean, I'll start with Trevon. I mean, what a great year. He was putting together. He had really, gotten with Stephon Gilmore and was, I think working at his trade in all the right ways, better than he's ever done it. Of course, getting this big contract and then certainly playing at a huge high level the first two games. But, that's unfortunately all 32 deal with this. It's fragile. And like I said, hate it for Trevon first and foremost. But, I really think we have a resilient football team. And the good news is I think we've constructed a roster here that, can digest that. It's not easy, but, we got a great cornerback in Jordan Lewis who's made plays on some of the, biggest levels. And he'll step in there at nickel and we'll kick Bland out to the outside. And as we all know, he had a great year playing outside last year. So feel really good about, being able to get through this the best we can, but it's certainly a blow.
Do you feel okay about doing one-on-ones? There was some conversation about that in the media during the season. You have any issue with that?
No, everybody's going to always second guess when you lose somebody. And, I'd say this about Coach McCarthy. He takes care of our team and the players as good as any head coach we've had here in terms of getting them prepared for Sundays and not overdoing in practice. And, I think that's just, part of it. I was, at an event with Clark Hunt this afternoon, and he said the same thing happened to Travis Kelce, just kind of running around almost not on air, but a little competitiveness and, hyperextended his knee. So, you just never know when these guys are going to, hit their stride wrong. Obviously, Overshone did it in the preseason game. If you watch that replay, you don't see a lot there. But, unfortunately, that's the game that we're in, and you're going to have those type of things, and they're difficult, but all 32 got to deal with it.
Stephen, what are the chances we get to see your original starting five back together along the offensive line on Sunday?
We'll see. I mean, that's, another work in progress in terms of, where everybody is. I think Tyler had a great week of practice, but, at the same time, I know Zach's working through some things. He had got whiplash there in the game and had an ankle issue, and Tyler's had a little hamstring he's working with. So we'll just have to see. But, the good news is we've got some, really good players stepped up for us last week, and Chuma and Adoba and TJ Bass. So we'll just, that's part of it. I mean, you're going to have players miss games as the season goes, and that's why, hopefully you put together a very competitive roster that, has depth.
How much talk, how much emphasis have gone into trying to get Michael Gallup established offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of when, not if. I mean, we need to get him in the game and get him some balls, not unlike we've done with CD. And, I just know he's, that's there in him, and feel really good that, get him in a rhythm, and he's going to make some big plays for us and win some big football games for us.
Well, speaking of offense, Micah wants to do a little bit of everything. What do you think about him getting out there and playing some offense for you?
Well, I would never bet against Micah on anything in terms of his, skill sets and what he can do. But, right now he's so valuable to us on what we're doing on the defensive side of the ball. We'll have to ease into that. But I certainly understand where he's coming from. He wants to, he's so competitive and wants to help in any way he can.
Stephen, why is it so difficult to play these games in Arizona? In the last 9, you're 2-7. What makes this trip so difficult for this football team at times?
I really don't have my hands around that, other than they're an NFL team. They're a great organization. They do things well there, and go in there and you got your work cut out for you when when you travel out to the desert, you just got to be ready to play. And sometimes the numbers don't make a lot of sense in terms of why you not necessarily playing well in a certain stadium or on the road in a certain place. But I know this: we've had other than the Diggs situation, we've had a good week of practice, and we got to go out there and get ready to play.
Stephen, I always talk about the desperate team theory. Is that something that you would buy into? That I don't think Arizona's tanking by any means or anything like that, but do you believe in a desperate team theory that's why you get sometimes these best shots from some of these teams?
Oh, it's hard to really come up with these theories and with consistency. I just think in general, Brian, they pay their guys, sure. And they're paying them a lot of money, and they get ready and they go to work every week in practice, and they're paying their coaches really good money to get them prepared, and they're a very respectful organization that is going to come ready to play. And we know for a fact they've got really good football players, and they were doing a number on the Giants last week. So this is a really good football team, and we've got to come prepared.
You worried about a letdown game from your guys as well after the amazing starts in these two games?
No, not at all. I think Coach McCarthy and Dan and Bones, our coaching staff, we've got them dialed in. These guys are very, very laser focused on the task at hand, and they know it's week to week. They know the same thing that anytime you go play an NFL game, you're going to have your hands full. And I don't see our guys overlooking in any way this particular game, or for that matter any game. I just think our coaches have really done a great job of getting these guys, laser focused on what what we're trying to get accomplished this year. And I think part of that is going to work every day and chopping wood and getting prepared to play the next game.
I would just, from a player's perspective, I would just be so excited to have this much talent. We have to enjoy this while we can. We have to play amazing because you never know when you're going to have this many good teammates.
Well, it's a good group that's been put together. In my mind, it's a great mixture of veteran players mixed in with young players. I think it's a great roster mix, and I do think we got great leadership in all the rooms. Starts with the top with Dak, who's the unquestioned leader of this football team, but then you start going room to room, and you look at the offensive line room, and you got a Zach Martin in there along with Tyron, man in that room. We brought in, Cooks, and CD's young, but Cooks has certainly, brought a lot of stability to the wide receiver room. It's a young room, the tight end room, but a guy like Ferguson and that group are putting things together. I just think in general, you look at, what we have, not only the talent on the field, but the leadership day in and day out in the meeting rooms, in the building is a huge plus for this team.
You brought up Dak. He's making his 100th start on Sunday. What does that mean to you? I know he said, look, he hasn't accomplished the ultimate goal. Is that just another milestone? Or if you look at the entire 100 games that he's played, what stands out to you about Dak?
Well, I just think it shows you, at the end of the day, he's resilient. And we all know when you got that star on your helmet and you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, it comes with extra. And no one knows that more than Dak. Obviously, quarterback pass of the Tony Romos and the Troy Aikmans and on and on. There's a lot of pressure that comes with this position, but he wears it and wears it strong. And this team looks up to him. He, no one in my mind is more fit to lead and be, really lead this football team than Dak Prescott.
Well, speaking of Tony and Troy and, the celebrity types of players you've had throughout the history, there's a story of Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift. I was just wondering, from your perspective, how do you like it when players go Hollywood and start dating celebs? Is that fun? Is it a potential distraction? How do you look at that from the front office?
Well, we've had it here, as you know, and whether it's quarterbacks or safeties or whatever, it goes on. And, in my mind, it's my business for me to stay out of it.
We're doing a weekly with Zach Martin. He's joining our show, doing some interviews. Are you surprised when I tell you that we've been blown away by how awesome his personality is?
Oh, I mean, there's not one thing about Zach that's not just A+. He's a consummate pro. When we were going through our little, preseason negotiations, he's everything you want when you draft somebody. I mean, he's been available throughout his career. He plays in the games. He plays at a high level. I think he's a unicorn playing at the level that he's playing at 32, going to be 33 years old, I think. And he's, he just keeps going out there and keeps doing his job as good as anyone in the NFL can do it. And we're fortunate to have him, and, he's a stud.
He confirmed to us that he decided he wanted more money once he found out he was 99 overall in Madden. I don't know if you guys knew about that or not.
Maybe file a complaint with EA. Yeah. Killing me over here.
I don't know that I believe that. I think he knew it was just about time to get some more money.
Who in the family was most excited about Beyonce being at AT&T Stadium last night, and why was it you, Steven?
Well, I happened to miss it, but I will say all my daughters were there, and I know a lot of my nieces, and so I think everybody had a good time and great show, and she's just an amazing performer, and we were lucky to get to have her at AT&T.
How much are you guys thinking about the Niners as an organization? A couple of players have been mentioning it. Week 5 here is going to be a real heavyweight bout, and I know we're already looking forward to it. How about you guys?
I haven't. I just look at it week to week, and you're fired up about playing the Cardinals, and when you better stay focused on what's at hand, because you never know when you're going to get hit with something that you're not counting on, like a Diggs. So obviously, they have a really good football team, and we also know that we hadn't been able to get past them in the playoffs. So we know at some point that they'll be there, and like I said, that's what we've been putting our team together for, is to be able to put together a team that can go and compete and win a Super Bowl.
Can't wait to see it unfold. Steven, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and give them hell. We'll be pulling for you.
Thanks, guys. Great being on.